Wow, what a time we're living in. Well, I'm doing these videos, as you may know, or if you don't know, to help us, I call it cope and even create in these times where we're all feeling a bit confused and what to do and how to do it. So what I want to share with you in this quick coping to creating coaching video is the secrets revealed as to moving from working in an office to moving to working from home. Now, a lot of you probably already know these things, but for those of you that I've been speaking to and seeing out there from conversations that I'm having, that this can be a really challenging thing to do, especially when there's so much uncertainty going on in the world, because whether you know this or not, I think it's a good reminder for all of us around being kind to ourselves, because when you're in a place of uncertainty and worry and confusion, it's very hard for us to make decisions. So I don't know about you, but I'm finding it at times really challenging to make decisions and to kind of think in a more creative manner, because what our brain does is it goes to urgent and important and just really dealing with the basics. So what I want to share with you here is how we can move from working from an office to home and do it in a really productive way, or do it more productively, so that we can continue to function and get good results and have some semblance of normality in all of this, and also even possibly look at learning how to develop new skills, which could be the kind of the benefit from all of this. Because from what I'm being told by the experts is some people may never go back to an office. Companies may and will choose to really shift to this remote working model even more, because it's safe, and secondly, you can also save a lot of money, but there still has to be productivity. So what can we do? Well, what I'm going to share with this video is also the welcome to being self-employed, because for someone who's worked for themselves for many years, there is a real discipline that comes with working for yourself, by yourself. And so what I'd like to kick off with is mindset, and mindset in being able to unravel the secrets, which they're really not secrets actually. The secret is there is no secret, but definitely good reminders. Is from a mindset perspective, I read a book many years ago by Robert Kiyosaki called Rich Dad Poor Dad. And one of the things that he shared in that book, which really changed my life, was even though I'm in a job, or you're in a job, to shift your perspective that you work as a results profit building consultant, and building a self-employed mindset, even though you're working within a job. So the mindset is now, for those of you who are working, I know a lot of people aren't working, but if you are working and there is things that you still need to get done and you could be struggling, it's the mindset is to really plan your day. And I know it seems a bit old school, but I do it, and it really helps me to get stuff done and have a feeling of control and achievement, which is, I still run a computer diary, I still have appointments set in my computer, but this is just me. Maybe I'm showing my age, but to write things down and to tick things off really, for me, helps me feel so much more accomplished, and it allows me to bring structure and clarity to my mind and my day and feel a sense of accomplishment. Do I always get it done? Not necessarily, but it definitely for me makes a difference. So if you're used to working in an environment, in an office where you just show up and you kind of just do the do and you just do it, if you've now moved to working from home, this is a really great way to bring structure to your day. Get a diary, helps your mindset. And with mindset also too is, I say, pray for discipline. And discipline being that you are now, if this resonates with you, this video is, you are now in a place where you, as I just said, are your own boss. And you are, even though possibly answering to someone or a manager or a boss or whoever, still to go to this environment where you now are responsible for yourself takes discipline. And like anything, it can be built over time. And what I want to say from a mindset perspective is be really kind to yourself, because if you are finding it difficult to be disciplined and get things done, firstly, pray for discipline, plan your day, but you can build it over time. But the diary for me is such a great start because it helps us to develop discipline and structure. And if you already do it, good for you, you know what I'm talking about. So from a planning perspective, a couple of little rules that I follow that make a very big difference in payout and dividend from a productive days. 3 big rocks. In the words of Stephen Covey, what are the 3 big rocks that you would want to achieve in a day if you got nothing else done? And replying to emails do not include the big rocks unless they are replying to emails that are big projects or something that gives you a really good payoff for the day. So for me, one of my big rocks today was doing this video. Another big rock was a client session that I did this morning. And one more big rock that I've got, I'll just check, is I'm planning out a new marketing campaign for a sales mastery program that I'm building. So these are the things that are going to pay really big dividends. And then what I have is the tasks. So the little bits and pieces that we want to do, I wouldn't consider them big rocks, but the things that we want to get done and tick off that day. I had a reply that I needed to get off to someone that's important, and it's in there to send out. Appointments. If you've got appointments, yes, they're in our computer, but I put them in there too. And what I find helpful sometimes, especially if you're moving now to a place of working from an office to a home office, is schedule your start and finish time. I know it sounds a bit nerdy and a bit silly, but to schedule a time where you're actually going to go to your productivity station. So even though you're at home, yes, to let you know, us people that have been working from home or remotely for years, most of us have a place that we go to and we work from. And I'm not saying you have to all the time. I work from the couch sometimes. I sometimes go to a co-working space with my computer, but I do feel from a productivity perspective, it's really helpful and important to have a central place that you can work from. It doesn't have to be anything over the top, but a place that is like your professional place where you get to be productive, okay? And these are in no particular order, by the way. These are all the things that I've found help me and the people that I know that are really productive who work remotely or from home or for themselves that get stuff done. Okay, the other thing is be held to account. Now, for some of you that are now working from home, I'm sure you've got managers or people that you are still answering to, which is great. But if you're not, I think it's really helpful to have an accountability buddy, someone that you can check in with and just, what are we on today? What are we working on today? What are you doing? What are we doing? So you've got someone holding you to account, and you're even holding them to account. It makes a really big difference, especially if you're really new to this. Because when you're really new to this, like we just said, you're building new skills and disciplines, okay? All right, the other thing too is boundaries. Boundaries are, if you're working from home and you're not in the office anymore, I respect you have got kids and partners, and if you are working from home, while it's not always easy to do, but the importance of setting boundaries, which is, I'm now at work, I'm not here. And I'm not saying this is an easy thing to do, and I'll leave that up to you if that is an area that you're finding where you're getting a lot of distractions, because I've got a lot of friends that are mums, and I know the kids run their mums. They run you, I know they do. Oh, mum, I need this, the mum runs. Oh, mum, I need that, the mum runs, right? So I'm not a mum, but I'm not a dad either, but the importance of setting boundaries, even in blocks. I'm not here for the next hour to get this stuff done, okay? This one here has been something that I've done for many years, and this is tough for people, but this has been so instrumental in helping me manage my time more effectively, which is turn off email auto receives. You know the emails that you've got on auto receive that just come in while you're in the middle of stuff? Now, I turned that off years ago because it would just distract me and I couldn't concentrate. If you can, great, good for you. For me, I couldn't, and I don't want to really. So what I do is, and now more so than ever, what you could consider doing if you're finding that you're addicted to your emails, because The other thing that happens is when we're in times of uncertainty and we're trying to figure out what to do is we will be distracted by the simplest things, which are texts and emails. Oh, I got a text. Oh, an email came in. What's that? Attention, take up my attention. Now, again, praying for discipline to turn off the email, right? The world will not crash if you don't reply to the email straight away. So what I do is I do a send receive 2 or 3 times a day. I delete, I do, or diarize, or delegate. They're my rules for my email management. Otherwise, my email will run me, and I don't want my email to run me. So if that's having you burn time and having you not achieve a better than you'd like result from working from home, you might want to consider that. Get out, walk, co-working space. So let's tick these off, yeah? If you're working from home, and I think we're pretty lucky here in Australia, and very lucky here in Australia for many ways, because for some people in some countries, I know they're not even allowed out. So at least we've got the beautiful sunshine and we can at least go out for a walk. So very, very important at home to have breaks. Even if you've got to schedule your breaks, have a lunch break, have a coffee break. Don't have too many coffee breaks though, right? So I'll talk about rewards and get out, go for a walk, have a stretch. For me, more so than ever, I'm getting up in the morning, making sure I get outdoors, get fresh air, do some exercise and start the day like I always would. And I'm in the office and I work and get stuff done, and it just helps bring structure for the day. So that might be something that you've got to consider to keep moving, because yeah, if we're indoors, it's not good for our psychology all the time. So get moving if you're allowed outside, that is, okay? The other thing is use this time to your advantage. For some of you, you could very much be enjoying now this time to not be in the office anymore, right? You don't have to catch the train, you don't have to deal with all that traffic, and you know, God love and sending good prayers and wishes to those of you who aren't in a good space from a work perspective, and I'm sure we'll all get through this, but I say this with a level of respect and understanding, is as best as we can to use this time to our advantage. If you wanted to do a bit more exercise, but I can't, I'm working this could now be the time to do that. A project that you want to work on, put some music on that you want to. I've got salsa on today that I've been working towards, and you can go and have some of those breaks that you wouldn't normally be able to go and do when you're at the office. So this can be a great time to really take advantage of this situation that we've been thrown into, and you could be thrusted into, that is allowing you to do that. And I'll leave you with this, which is reward yourself after the big rocks. So if you are working and you're in a place where you are needing to still produce, or you can produce, or even if you're not working, I mean, I work for myself and I'm in the same boat, and I'm trying to create with what I've got to work with, and it's been very challenging and difficult at times, but I'm trying to work with what I do have to work with. And again, it's been a roller coaster for me, and what I am trying to do is reward myself after the big rocks. So get those things done that are important, so I feel that I deserve to go and watch a Netflix movie, or listen to some music, or do nothing, or talk on the phone to friends for hours in the evening after I feel like I've accomplished some things, which for me is to help maintain some discipline, so that when we do get through this, we can continue to move through as confidently as we can without too much disruption. But from me to you, if this is you and it does resonate with you, or even as good reminders, having already worked from a home office on your own, the important things that help me get a better result, help me achieve the goals that I want to achieve, and a lot of the people that I work with who work like this to continue to achieve and be their own boss. So if you are in a job and you are working from home, welcome to the world of entrepreneurship and being self-employed. That's what us crazy people do when we're here working on our own without being in an office. But I'll leave that there for now. Thanks so much. I hope you found this helpful. There might be some things in there that you could revisit or visit and consider building into your day to make the best use of this shift and change in all our lives. If I can be of any help, reach out. and we can talk business, career, where you're at, and it'll be my pleasure. And until I speak to you again, in the words of the movie Dodgeball, you've got this, I believe in you. Ciao for now.